Hey friends, so sometimes I can find myself not fully trusting in God's timing, and I can find myself being a little bit impatient. And so a while ago, he had given me that picture of the race car and told me that as kind of an analogy, like there's so much more capacity than just driving, this 10 mile an hour speed. Well, the last one he gave me was the exact opposite. And instead of this race car, that wouldn't go fast out of fear or not fully knowing its full capacity, this one was actually the car wanted to go fast and it wanted to speed away and do all the things right and live out of its full capacity, and it was time, but it was only going maybe 10, 15 miles an hour, and it was getting impatient. And then I was kind of like, well, why, God? Why would a race car go slow? Like, that doesn't even make sense. You told me that it needed to go fast in my last one. You're contradicting yourself. And he's like, nope, just wait and I'll explain. And then he showed me where the race car was. And the race car had to go slow because the race car was at a school. And so at a school, when school's in session, what do? You abide by those rules, I hope, and you're going to go slower. So there was a reason behind it. It wasn't just that this car was idling just for no reason. It was going slow for no reason. It was going slow because there was a purpose behind it, because of the area that it was in. Or maybe there's another one where it's like stalled right now at like a stop sign or a stoplight, right? And it's getting ready to go. Or maybe it feels like you're stalled at a train and you're just waiting. Like there's different reasons, right, that we're gonna feel stalled and kind of have to idle and have to go slow. But it doesn't mean that at the right time, that shift and that acceleration isn't gonna happen. And that's what I felt God say, that just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to happen. I know that you're now so eager for that shift. You can feel it in the air, can't you? It's just like you know that there's something new. A new day is dawning in your soul, and you just got to get out there and do stuff. But then you feel like God's not telling you it's quite time yet. And that's because the shift, you sense the shift. It's getting ready to happen. And again, in that race car, he showed me that how a race car, it can only do what the driver tells it to do by shifting and by then using the pedals, right? So when it's time to idle or to go a little slower, that car has to listen to the driver. And then when it gets past that school zone, when the train, is gone, when it's time to finally that light to turn from red to green, and it's going to be able, when the time is right and it's in the right setting and the right area that the driver alone knows, then and only then is it going to be able to just be able to be shifted and then accelerated and be used in its full potential. So friend, if that's you today, that's just a little bit like me and likes to have things the way that they want them when they want them, and you're just ready for more, and you can sense that shift in your spirit, may I say in the kindest way to listen to your driver and let him lead. Because, like the Bible says, that he is the one directing our steps. So are we going to trust him? Because that's kind of what it's all about, right? If we are that race car and we're kind of like, but I can do all this, God. Come on, driver, I'm capable. But the driver's like, not yet, because we could hurt somebody if we're in a school zone, right? So because the driver knows more than that car knows, that car cedes to them, right? That car, the driver is given authority over that car, right? And I know this is a funny analogy, but this is how it gave it to me. But it says like we are the sheep of his pasture. Like we are supposed to be following his lead, his direction, his guidance. So are we gonna trust him, or are we just gonna decide to go our own way and be like those self-driving cars that I'm just a little bit afraid of? So I hope you got a laugh out of this one too. But I hope that you also got encouraged and to just wait upon the Lord, and that he is going to renew your strength, and that he's going to show you when the right time is to shift and then accelerate into your full potential, friend. It's coming, just because it hasn't happened yet. Keep being patient, keep listening to his voice, and at the right time, he is going to lead you, and it's going to just be a smooth transition into that next. I love you. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.